Okay, here's a little update. I'm doing this for Halloween. This piece here is going to be milled out last. It comes back and we'll put it out. It's a little tombstone. It'll be a tombstone. But this is a little invention that I came up with. So if you're a big company, don't steal it. At least contact me and make me some money. It's called... I've got my engraving bit is a 1/16 end mill, and it can only cut so deep. So if you make sure, I made this whole relief is 0.03 or 0.3 high from the surface. So you got to make sure if you put this on your bit that it doesn't. You can cut away material like this, but it doesn't interfere. It gets rid of the thick material, so you get a nice even cut across, because this is a lot higher over here. And then the way that the program was generated, it said 0.3, but it made this deeper. So if you tried to cut that with a 1/16 end mill, it wouldn't have enough teeth down here to cut that high. So I invented this little, I guess it'd be I guess a fly cutter on the other side of the cutting bit. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If I could design these and make them to fit all different kinds of bits. Because see, I like to have a really small bit hanging down, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room on the bit. There's not a lot of the backlash on it, or the tool deflection. So this gets rid of the top material, and then basically lets you keep a small bit, but clears away the rest of the material so your bit can actually cut. So I generated all 0.3, but the way that the program wrote it, it was deeper in one side than the other. So even like in wood, if you wanted to use a nice little stubby bit, you wouldn't be able to cut it, because unless you did multiple passes, and it take that much longer. So yeah. So just a little piece of brass with a cutting edge, and it basically clamps right there onto the bit, and then you can set it for the distance and give you, so if I did it 0.3, it would finish all of this area, and it would never hit any of this because it's above the cutting tip. So there's another tool idea. So any big companies want to back me on it. Imagine that in a set of like all the different end mills and stuff, and ball nose cutters that you want to keep them stubby, but yet you don't want to have them real long and floppy, so you can get that nice tolerances. But I'll show a little video of it all said and done. It should be pretty cool, just in time for Halloween. I'll start it up for a minute so you can kind of see what's going on. Here's the spindle start up. It only cuts away what it needs to, and still leaves the bit room to cut. Anytime that it's not there, it won't touch nothing because it's not going to go any further than what the bit is told to go as far as depth. Anywho, well, we'll let that run, and I'll put a little video of it all said and done at the very end. Yeah, so if any tool manufacturers want to put a new line of stuff out, I think a lot of people would appreciate that, because they want to use a little stubby bit and still get the detail, and you know, don't want to lose their tolerances and their detail because the bit's so long. Anyhow, I'll show a little bit more here in a minute. Well, here's a little update of what it looks like. Kind of sprayed a little bit and got some cracks and stuff like that. Pretty cool though, huh? Little headstone. Stands up on its own. Hands coming out the back, out the bottom. Anywho, there's the machine. It's all dirty now. I gotta clean it. So there's a picture of it all done. Alright, we'll talk to you later. One more thing. I wanted to show you a picture of that tool I made. So basically, just a piece of brass with a sharp on it. Could you imagine that though, if you had those really machined nice and you could just put them on and off the bit, any different size. Maybe a clamp with some little screws and stuff. And it just comes in a set. Well, they say invention is the mother, or what is it? Invention is the mother of necessity? Okay. So when it spins, it basically just wipes away the foam. If this was done with an insert tool, you could do steel or aluminum or brass or anything. Then you know that you only have a certain amount of flute depth. So you could, as long as that the depth doesn't exceed the distance from the tip of this to the tip of that, then this won't eat that away. Anyhow, that's it. That'd be a nice little set of tools if someone had a way to turn them into tools, design them. I suppose I could, but like I said, if you steal it, make sure you call me and give me some money. Goodbye.